hypothetical viewers, and welcome back to Sword of Hajya. We are chasing Gordon into this tunnel below the castle. He grabbed the Sword of Hajya and he is on the run. It's as I thought it might be. I think this is a fake out and he just leaves the map and we have to chase him some more. Because he seems to be walking over the stairs. I don't remember though. Maybe we just confront him by the stairs. This is an interesting map because it's like it's pretty narrow. All the parts of the corridor, they're kind of mostly, there's a couple more open spaces, but they tend to be like 3 tiles wide. Some of them are 2 tiles wide. So it's kind of like a very cramped, like claustrophobic space for this battle, which it does do a good job of evoking like the feel of this like narrow secret passageway under the castle. So it's kind of an interesting battle map choice, I'd say. Do. Oh yeah. It makes it a little easier for us to stay together in a pack because there's like no terrain effects, so we can just kind of all be here. Oh, the battle background is nice. It's kind of weird looking because the lighting, the strong lighting effect kind of makes it look like it's like a tunnel. Like, I mean, it is a tunnel, but it's like some sort of vortex that we're like going into. It's very rounded, but it's cool looking. And yes, I'm aware that I say that about every single battle background. They all look great, what can I say? They're stylish. Slade is still here, doing his best. Oops, I actually was gonna use her magic, but I accidentally clicked the button for wait instead. I Butterfingers did a little sauce. Sherigram could just kill this guy, I guess. Man, May could actually have defeated him if I had managed to cast her spell instead of misclicking. Misclicks, they're a leading source of death in video games. I have died to misclicks many times in various games because I am a bit of a Butterfingers. I'm very klutzy. I have poor manual dexterity basically. I'm clumsy with my hands. I drop things a lot too. Video games are not a physical activity, and yet I still struggle to do them correctly because I frequently press the wrong button, which is sad. I guess nowadays some video games are a somewhat physical activity because stuff with like motion controls. So occasionally they are. Maybe we do fight him. He's not leaving anyway. Maybe this is where we confront Gordon. I'm not sure. I mean, I guess when you think about it, since he's the one who stole the sword, he's kind of been hounding us for like the entire first chapter of the game. I guess it's like it's about time to defeat him, you know? Because we have 3 other bosses to fight. Well, yeah, actually no, it's exactly 3 because I feel like there's no spoilers for a game this old, right? I'm actually going to save this kill for May. Because she's on level 8, she's actually further behind than Slade. And also, fuck Slade. I do not care about him. I'm sorry, Slade. I know you're doing your best, but you are not important. And you're just very weak is the thing, and that's something you have to deal with. And she starts with Freeze 2, but we don't need Freeze 2 to finish off this rat fly. Very good, May. So, we'll try and get her, like, hopefully we'll get her up to level 9 at least, and then she'll be on par with the party, and that'll be good. But yeah, because we, honestly, I'm gonna go whole hog, I think I may have spoiled this game in previous in other stuff I recorded because I talk about it a lot because I like it. So you might be, if you're not familiar with this game, you might be thinking, what do you mean we only have to fight 3 other bosses? Weren't there 4 in the opening cutscene? One of them will never fight. What was his name? Is it like no, wait, it's, the one whose name starts with H, who's wearing like a helmet. It's not Hidalgo. That's the name of a movie, I think. It was like H something. Hild or something like that. My brain is just going, it's Hidalgo. And I'm like, that's not the answer. It does start, it's like Hild, I think. But we won't fight him. He is actually a double crosser who's working against Iom from the inside. But we will fight the other three who were Camilla, Solo, and was the one guy named Warderer? I think it might have been Warderer. It was such a... That's a little hard to say, actually. Yeah, we continue to text in the group chat about the internet dying. A sticker of dinosaur Pusheen has been added to express one roommate's feelings about the matter. We're all working from home right now, so our internet is actually pretty important. We're heavily dependent on it. It's actually not so bad for me because the main thing I'm working on lately is I'm basically doing some data analysis, which I don't need to be on the internet for. I'm doing it on my computer, like locally. But both of them work in edX, in you know, online education stuff, and so they have to do stuff like, you know, communicating with various parts of their, you know, team, developing stuff and updating courses and like editing video footage and uploading stuff, which is all on the internet. So when the internet goes out, right now, that's not, you know, I can actually still do stuff, but the rest of the household cannot. But like, what can you do, right? It's, we can't control it. If it goes out, it goes out. I don't know if our offices will see that quite the same way, but that's the reality of the situation. If you're saying to yourself, doesn't this imply that it's the middle of the workday? Why are you recording a video? I'm on my lunch break, friend. It's good to take a break in the middle of the day. Especially since I have to say, I am definitely falling into the same trap as basically everyone right now, but of just like work never ending. So I like go grab dinner and then I come back and I'm like, I mean, my computer's right here. I guess I'll do some more work. So I feel like I've just never stopped working. It's pretty bad. I think this will improve now that I prepare for this rambling story about my life, but I don't have a lot to say about this battle right now. And also, again, who's ever gonna watch this? It's fine. But basically, I started a new job last month, and I still don't have a work computer because shipping is really slow because of the pandemic, and the process of getting it was really slow. And basically, it was just a super messy situation. So I'm just working off of my personal laptop, which I also do lots of other things on. I record videos on it. I use it for I like to write as a hobby, and I use it for that. I use it for watching YouTube videos. I use it for everything. So when I'm also doing my actual job on it, it kind of makes all of my hobbies feel like I'm kind of still at work and maybe I should get some work done, which is not good for my my ability to apportion my time healthily. But I finally got my work computer. It still doesn't have software on it, but hopefully at some point soon I'll be able to not use one device for everything, and that will help. Hopefully. I could have sworn, I think when we get a little further up, the zombies will appear. I could have sworn this was a chapter with the zombies. I think when we get to the kind of T intersection up there. Oh wow, Graham zoomed ahead, level 10. I wasn't going to give him that kill, but I'm like, this mage could really fuck us up, so, you know. But yeah, the saga of this computer, nothing is really going on in this game right now. Let's tell this story. So basically, you know, everyone's remote. My whole office is remote. So they ordered the computer and had it shipped to my house where I'm working. So I get the computer. It's like, oh, awesome! I finally got the computer. And then they tell me, great. So it still has to be set up. And then I'm working off a PC, and they're like, I think the process to set up the PC is it can't be done remotely. You'll have to ask the guy in the tech department who does it. He's like, yeah, it can't be done remotely. You need to bring it in to the office and leave it there so I can set it up. And then once it's set up, you need to come back and pick it up. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, like, why did you ship this to my house? It seems like it would have been a lot simpler to ship it to the department of the people who set it up. So I've had like a couple weeks of like running around, dropping things off, and picking me up, and just like stuff like that where I'm like, why are we doing this? But at last it is done, and I have it back. I just went to pick it up today. It doesn't have any software installed though, so that still has to happen. And first, like, they have to get a quote from like, and then it has to go through like our procurements person, and so I have no idea when I'll actually be able to use the darn thing, but we're getting there. Pandemic life, am I right? More stickers. Now we have sweat dropping Pusheen. A lot of Pusheen going on. Pusheen is the best way to express feelings about the internet going out. Ah, here we go. They've fallen for our trap, those Cyprus idiots. Did they really think that I, Gordon, would allow them to get this far? Earthquake! And now some zombies. The zombie sprite is also much better looking than on the Game Gear version, because here, this looks the same as, I think it's the same as the one from Shining Force 2 and Shining Force 1, probably, but in the Game Gear version, it was basically just like a blue blob. It didn't really look like a zombie at all. It looked like it was like, I don't even know. I'm trying to think of what the hell it just looked like it was like made out of rubber. They did not really look like zombies, and so they weren't very intimidating. Also, I want to point out that Gordon's trap was that he was like, I'll let the Shining Force defeat my entire army, and then I'll summon all of 4 zombies to stop them. I'm so brilliant. And it's like, Gordon, you're a fucking idiot. But anyway. But yeah, so the process of it's quite a thing. Getting things done and during the pandemic is quite a thing. At least I am able to do my job for my personal laptop in a pinch. I'm just one of the, I'm a researcher and I do a lot of data analysis. So basically, I've just been doing everything in R because that's the only data analysis software I have on my personal laptop because it's free and I don't have the money to buy any of the ones that require purchase. Obviously, it's not really something I need in my personal life all that often, you know. Um, but so I've just been doing everything in that, but no one else I think like one person at the office knows how to use R but doesn't usually use it or something. So like we're all doing things in different programming in like different software and like trying to coordinate with each other. It's it's such a mess. But that's the magic of, working off of whatever you have around because it's a weird situation. Oh, at least these zombies give good X, gotta say. They're really good. I think they can poison you, so maybe this will be a chance for Luke to use Detox. Oh, there you go, one of them poisoned us. I wish Detox gave better X. It gives 5, which still pisses me off. Or at least it did in the other games. Did Luke even get it yet? I know he gets it eventually. Oh yeah, more of them appear behind us. I didn't even remember that. It's been a long time. Oh, just... Man, I mean, well, even if I don't have the internet, at least I still have video games. Actually reminds me, I need to remember to renew my Nintendo Online subscription, because I don't generally have games that require like online play or anything, except now that I got Smash Bros, which does. I mean, you don't have to, but obviously that's something of a draw for the game. Although I don't really do a lot of the online tournaments because I'm so bad that like I feel like I won't even understand what's happening. But I like the theme ones, Oh yeah, I think fire is what's effective against zombie. Like currently there's like an online tournament of just all the characters that like are associated with like eating things or something. It's like the eating tournament, which is very wacky and I like it a lot. I actually beat a couple people in that, and I think it's solely because the pool of characters is sort of weird, so I think it's all characters people don't main. So, I'm not gonna ever use freeze because it's not effective against zombies. You can just whack them with her staff, whatever. Yes, now she's level 9. Good enough. I guess I could have her use slow. I don't think it gives a lot of X, though. Let's just quickly check everyone's level. Um, yeah, so everyone is min 9. So May's like, since she only just got to 9, she's still like a little behind the rest of the party, but we can. This is just an awkward fight because right now all the enemies are things that it's hard for her to damage because freeze doesn't do very much to them. So, you know, we can catch her up. That shouldn't be too bad. Yes. But yeah, so the only character that was available that I had literally ever used at all was Kirby, who's not even good particularly. He's fairly weak. But I actually managed to beat some people, and I think it's because all of the characters were just like not popular options. So I think a lot of people were probably like, I'll just pick one. I don't know how to use them. And obviously, when you're doing like the online tournaments where like you have matches of 4 people, you know, like this random items stuff is just it's much more random. So even someone who's terrible at it like me can get a few kills. But it's nice because it helps me finish the achievement for getting smash tags. I feel like my challenge in that game is that like I'm not good at being precise with the movement. So like sometimes if I'm like for example when I'm trying to hit something with like an aerial, right? Like if I'm using my neutral air, I keep having this thing where like I'm like right next to the character I want to hit, but I'm just like a hair too far to the left. Oh no, I got another weird encoding overload warning. You know, I'm just gonna keep rolling here and like if it breaks, it breaks. We can egress and try again, I guess. Or not. Honestly, it doesn't even... like, how much does it matter? I have to look into the video quality again, I guess. I have it pretty low already. I mean... this is probably quite obvious for anyone who has watched any of these. I don't have any particular knowledge of like video recording or anything. I really don't know a lot about it. So I'm not totally sure what the source of the issue is. Like, I'm not sure if it's solely just like the program, like just I need to lower the quality, or if it's something where it's like I could use a different encoder, or is it something to do with my computer? I don't know what the options to fix it actually are. I dropped the frames to 30 FPS. It's not using, it's using like 20 to 25% of the CPU most of the time, which I feel like that's not awful. I don't have a lot of other stuff in the background right now. Maybe it's because I have R open actually. That I have R Studio open, and that can be a resource hog occasionally. I don't know whether it makes sense at all that would affect this though. I don't actually know if that's even a thing that matters at all, like if my computer's overall CPU resources matter or anything like that. I have not a clue. Because I had this issue early on when I hadn't lowered the quality yet. But I thought I had solved it, but maybe I didn't and I just didn't notice the message because it only pops up for like a sec. We'll find out. And honestly, by we I mean I, because if there is a problem and the recording can't encode, then there will be nothing for others to see. So no one else would gain any knowledge of it. And also by we I mean I, because again, who's gonna watch this? You know what I might do? I might just cut the recording right before we kill Gordon. Or like right when he starts talking, so that if it broke, at least we'll have the ending cutscene. Because we have the opening cutscene. We have the one line of his where he's like, oh, it's a trap, there's zombies, but that's not very important to the story. And that way, even if we lose the recording, because real talk here, I did what I said I wasn't going to do again, and I did not make a save state at the start of every single battle, because I was just going to record like 3 in a row. So I was like, I'll just keep going. And foolishly, very foolishly, I did not make the save state, which I should have. So I'll just Save her MP for the enemies that she can damage with freeze. So yeah, 100% this is my own darn fault. I knew I should have done it, and I was like, it's no big deal. I'm just quickly recording one more. That's... I made poor life choices. That is what happened here. Poor life choices. That's all there is to it. Yeah, let's have her just attack from here for now. I kind of want our party to keep moving to the right so we can wrap this up. Very good. Excellent. So we got quite a few people at level 10 now. We're proceeding apace. I think ideally I'll probably want to like be ready to promote maybe at the end of like chapter 2. The one we're currently on, because that'll be halfway through the game. That feels like a pretty good amount. It's funny, even the guide I'm using doesn't recommend getting everyone up to level 20. They're just like, do it for the magic users. The others 15 is fine. I'm like, no, it's not fine. Apparently the reason for this is that the level at which you learn spells is determined by your total level, not your your post-promotion level. So what I mean is that if you get to level 10 and then you promote and then you get to level 10 promoted, your total level is 20. Whereas if you get to level 20 and then promote and get to level 10, your total level is 30. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, I think I'm good. No, wait, let me... yeah, there we go. I paused the sound for a second to sneeze. That was intense. Encoding overloaded. Seriously, I'm getting like multiple warnings here. I'm really worried this is gonna break and not record anything. I wasn't doing this before. Oh man. Gordon's sprite. He looks like a weird little goblin, basically. Which, I don't know, maybe that's what he is. I have no idea what the hell he is. He's very weird looking, but his sprite makes it seem like he's got like little ears or something. Gonna finish off the priest hopefully so he won't heal Gordon. That was an epic sneeze. How nice we get a power stick. Unfortunately, oh yeah, so basically, the more levels you get before you promote, the higher total level you can get to. So for example, if you only get to 10 before you promote, that limits how high your total level can actually be, right? You can't get as many. It's easier to get, you can get more before promotion and then get a bunch after, and you'll level up faster that way. So basically, and each spell has a level you learn it at that is a total. So some might be like level 44 or whatever. So you really want to wait, is the thing, for the magic users, because then they'll be able to get their best spells, their highest level spells, which you might otherwise not actually reach a high enough level to get them, because, maybe you won't ever get to level 20 promoted. Oh, May's gonna die. Oh well. She got a goodly amount of X. She got a level. It's fine. You're not really penalized in this game for people dying. No bigs. But yeah, and they'll also get their spells faster, which is obviously quite nice as well. Slade, get in there and give him a poke. Either that or, did anyone get injured? I guess I could actually have him heal. In theory, that's his primary purpose. I guess Luke did. Yeah, might as well. But yeah, but I want to get everyone up to 20 before promoted. Honestly, all it takes is patience and time. And here's the thing, you might say, surely you have better things to do with your life. And arguably, yes, that's true, arguably. But what I would say is that, let's be real, I was going to spend a fair chunk of my time, my evenings, watching YouTube videos anyway. I fucking love watching YouTube videos. They're great. So if I'm doing that anyway, I might as well play some video games at the same time. Like, what's the difference, Good. I want to give it to Chester if I can, because just lower level than the others. Oh, 1 point left, darn. well. Let's see. Oh, well, you know what? Slade, for being a good sport, you can have it. That's also the most hilarious death where he's just like, "Dip." Oh, and he got boost. That's actually great. He can get tons of X from that. Okay. So I'm going to stop the recording here so that we can. You know what? Whatever. It's either broken or it's not. Let's just fucking go. The other one still stopped. Warder Cypress has the sword now. Don't let your guard down. And that's the last we'll hear of him. We got the sword. Gordon dropped the Sword of Hajya. Ben got the Sword of Hajya. Excellent. Ben, we did it. We have the sword. Now let's return to Cyprus. It's too soon to claim victory. Uh-oh. It got real dark. Haha, you've already lost. I don't know whose voice that is. Who are you? Are you an ally of Ione? I'm gonna guess yes. I can't reveal my true name. This might be Hild. What do you mean we've already lost? The Cyprus expedition has fallen to Ione. Your Prince Nick has been taken hostage. If you want to rescue him, go to Portobello, then cross the sea to Ione. You're lying. It can't be true. I won't believe you. Then go to Portobello and discover the truth for yourself. Now go and confront Ione with the Sword of Hajya. See, I think this is Hild because, like I said, he's the double crosser, and the Sword of Hajya is the only thing that can rescue Prince Nick at this point. So if he didn't tell us this, we would have just gone home and waited. And B, him saying confront him with the sword, he's kind of like egging us on to actually defeat Ione. But yeah, we have to walk into this obvious trap. We'll go to Portobello and discover the truth. But like Mayfair is just devoted to Prince Nick, you know. If there's a possibility he's been captured by the enemy, she has to save him. And to be fair, what else were we gonna do? You know, we can't just go back, right? Okay, so let's res our lost friend. Oh, May's dead. It's fine. Oh, and let's cure the poison while we're here. Very good. It's quite cheap. Oh, sweet. Service will return by 6 p.m. We have RCN and there's an outage in the area. Well, that's fine. I was just going to work on data analysis today and basically formatting some tables. If I have to send any emails, I guess I'll just go from my phone. The vagaries of life in the pandemic. So May's pretty close to level 10. Chester's getting there. Natasha's getting there. Well, Ben's almost level 11. But yeah, we're kind of... Everyone's mostly level 10. Got a couple level 9s left. Yeah, in this game, whenever there's a shop, we should shop because there's only so many of them. As you can see, we don't get an option to buy items every chapter. So when we do, gotta shop till you drop. But thank you, hypothetical viewers. I will find out momentarily if this will encode or not. That's very exciting for me, I guess. Yeah. If any hypothetical viewers ever become actual viewers, I hope you enjoyed watching us finally defeat Gordon. We chased him basically from our castle all the way here, just like across this continent or whatever, and I'm not totally sure where the characters are at this point. But we chased him all this way, and finally we're able to defeat him and retrieve the Sword of Hajya, but a mysterious voice, we don't know really if they're friend or foe, I'm guessing it's Hild, I think, but I'm actually not totally sure, has told us that Prince Nick has been captured, and we are the ones who have to go save him. We have to go to Portobello, get a ship, and cross the sea to face Ione. Obviously, there's a risk it could be a trap, but we cannot abandon Prince Nick. The Sword of Hajya is the only thing that can harm Ione. So in the next chapter, we will go to Portobello and find out just what is going on. And we'll meet some new friends, more characters, and then something very exciting will happen, which has already been spoiled and all, but whatever. So look forward to that in the next episode of the Sword of Hajya.